Today, I want to show you how to really get the things you want in life. Hey, welcome back. Jeff Heggie, Daily Success Strategies. Thanks for being with me today. So one of the things I've talked a lot about in different podcasts, in my courses, and in different things I've spoke at is your reticular activating system, your RAS, and the importance of that in helping you to achieve anything you want in life. But one thing I found is I must not have gone into it as much detail as I thought I had in a lot of these areas, because I've mentioned it a few times in a few recent episodes, and I've got a lot of questions about it. More people asking about it, wanting more information. So I actually, a couple of days ago, I posted something on my website, jeffheggie.com. If you go to the blog section, you can find an article about it there. But I want to share some information here. I want to help you understand what your reticular activating system is and how you can use that to your benefit to get anything you want in life, essentially. So every second of every day, our senses are just bombarded with a staggering amount of input, and there's no way we can pay attention to all of it. And your RAS is the only thing that's keeping you from being completely overwhelmed by all of those things, all of that information that's just passing through all our sensory organs. There's no way we can pay attention to all of it, and your RAS is going to control that. So your RAS is really the filter that decides what's important and what you'll consciously give attention to. So in real time, your RAS decides what's important and what it's going to allow into your conscious mind. And that's going to help you to do a lot of things. And so that's what I want to explain. So why is this important? First of all, we can train our brains on what's important to us, so that things we need to be paying attention to, we can notice. And we can really filter out the things that we want to, filter out the things that aren't going to be important to us. And so as we do this, we're going to be able to focus on the proper things to find more success. And we can use this to help us achieve our goals, live happier lives, attract people into our lives, attract circumstances into your lives, all of those different things. And it's just a matter of paying attention to them and using our RAS as a tool to help us do these things. And as soon as you think something's important, your RAS is going to allow that into your conscious mind. Now, one of the stories that I've shared hundreds of times is when we moved to Arizona. My daughter was leaving a couple days ahead of me. She got into Montana and her car broke down. Luckily, it wasn't too far, and I went down there and helped her out. The bad thing was that was the last trip her car ever made. We had to get rid of that car. She went down to Arizona. When we all got down here, I finally bought her a new car. Bought her a little Mitsubishi Spider convertible. It was a really cool little car, but it was a car that, to my knowledge, I had never seen before. And the thing about it was, after I bought her this car, I started seeing this car everywhere. So was it a situation that we bought this car and so did everyone else in this area? No, those cars were already there. I had seen it before, I'm sure. It just wasn't important to me, so I hadn't paid attention to it. Now that we had that vehicle, my RAS was telling me that's important to me, and I started noticing those things. So think about it right now. What are you missing out on? What opportunities are you missing out on because you haven't trained your brain to pay attention to those things? That's the importance here. It's just like another example. If you're walking through a real crowded room, it's noisy, it's loud, and you really can't hear anything. But someone calls your name from across the room, you hear it. Why? Because that's something that's important to us. So what can we do? What's happening around us that we can take advantage of using our RAS to really help us achieve our goals, help us achieve our life, whatever we want to do? What we can do is we can train our brain and tell our mind what is important to us. We can do the things that put habits in place that will help us to recognize things that are going to help us achieve our goals and live the life that we want. So when we look at how our mind works, our mind is designed to help us get everything we want in life. So it's just a matter of figuring out what it is we want to pay our attention to and let our RAS filter things into our life that will help us achieve those goals. So the first thing we need to do, if we want to use our RAS to our advantage, we've got to have a clear understanding of what it is that we want. What is it that you want to achieve? What are you trying to do in your life that will bring you happiness, that'll bring you joy, all of those things? So the first thing is you've got to understand where you're going. You've got to have that destination in mind. You've got to have your goals set. If you don't have clearly defined written out goals, I've said this a million times, go to jeffhagee.com/goals, go through my free goal setting program and get a clear understanding of where you're trying to go. In that program, we go through figuring out your why behind each goal and having a purpose and all of those things. And that's important because that's the starting point. You've got to have that destination. You've got to have a clearly defined destination that you're trying to get to. All right. Now, we can use that once we have that clear understanding. The other thing that I've talked about previously is putting success habits in place. Now, what's the purpose of these success habits? They're to help trigger and set up your RAS to help you identify things in your life that are going to help you achieve those goals, help you to get to that end goal. So let's talk about some of those things. Some of the things that I've talked about are my morning routine. The habits that I've put in place in the morning are to help me to achieve those things. One, every morning I write out my goals. I write out my goals and I'm telling my mind, these are the things that are important to me. These things are important to me. So when something happens that could contribute to me figuring out how to achieve these things, pay attention to it. So that's one of the things I do every single day is I write out my goals so that I'm going to recognize the things that happen around me that are going to help me achieve those things. The second part, I talk about my mindset questions. Go to jeffhagee.com/mindset if you want to get those for free. The mindset questions are the same thing. They're to help prime me for the day, help me get ready for the day, but also just to get my mind thinking about how I'm going to achieve some things. Some of the things in those mindset questions are specifically for that day. But when I go through them and work through them, it helps me trigger my RAS to help start looking for answers to help fulfill those things. So I ask you, what are some of the things you can do, whether it's writing down your goals, whether it's going through mindset questions or whatever it is that you can do to help trigger your RAS so it's going to help you solve these issues? You know, we've talked about affirmations or incantations. I've got so many podcasts that we've talked about these things that they all contribute to helping you trigger your RAS, train your brain to help you find the answers you need to be successful. One of the things that Tony Robbins says a lot is what you focus on grows. Where your focus goes, energy flows. And that's exactly what we're talking about here. If you want to be successful, you've got to do the right things. One of the podcasts I had just a few days ago is that success is not a matter of chance, it's a matter of choice. These are the things I'm talking about. You have the choice to put these success habits in place to help you find success. Are you going to do it? Love to hear some feedback on this. What are the things that are working for you? Where are the things that you're struggling? Love to hear from you guys. Thanks for being with me. Good luck with all this. I'll be back tomorrow. Hey, some of you may know this, but in addition to my coaching, I've recently joined Geneva Financial Home Loans, a mortgage lender headquartered in Chandler, Arizona, as a mortgage loan originator. I've always had a passion for serving others, and now I'm proud to also be a part of Home Loans Powered by Humans. If you're in the state of Arizona and looking to take the next step in your journey, contact me at 801-830-3858 to start the conversation. NMLS number 42056, BK number 0910215, equal opportunity lender. Hey, athletes and parents of athletes. So much time, money, and effort is put into the physical aspect of your sport to become the best you can be. But the mental game, it's often neglected, and it's just as important as the physical game. In fact, it's usually the differentiator between the good and the great athletes. Come and join me in the Confident Athlete program where you'll learn to control your confidence, develop a powerful mindset, and unlock your full potential. Go to jeffhagee.com/confidentathlete to find out more. I look forward to seeing you there.